What is your dream lineup?
For me, dream lineup, I probably would go sort of like more of a classic, maybe 70s, 80s rap as far as the lineup. Vocalist, I'm choosing Ronnie James Dio. His voice, his range was just all over the place. He could do your highest pitch notes that would sound inhuman, and then he could get nice and deep, even though he's a tiny little man. And yeah, he would be definitely my go-to.
Progenitor of the metal horns.
Exactly. He's got some of my favorite things, like the most ridiculous song, "Rainbow in the Dark."
I was just thinking that. Like a rainbow in the dark.
Exactly. But then, as far as guitars, that's a tough one for me. I might go Slash. Honestly, he's one of my favorites. Just because he, I think, has jazz and blues background, but then he knows his more metal stuff as well. I'd probably pick him. Then I can never think of some of those other 70s guitarist names, but he would definitely be one. As far as bassist, I'm picking Cliff Burton. He was so influential to that early sound Metallica had, and you wouldn't have those first few albums without him. Drummer, that's a tough one for me. You can't really pin down one that I think is overall more iconic than the rest. I think your best showman is Tommy Lee. I don't think he's the best drummer, but I think he puts on a great show. Probably just for the sake of keeping with that classic lineup, I might choose John Bonham.
Okay.
Just
Bongo.
Yeah. He's got the talent. I think he's got the brain that would mix well with all those others.
I'm surprised you picked Keith Moon. We're talking showman.
Ooh, true. And then, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I got to pick a second guitarist if I'm doing a dream lineup. You normally got your 5-piece. And yeah, I would probably pick one of those, like I said, 70s, someone maybe a little more bluesy. I can't remember the name, but the guitarist from Rush.
Okay.
I like him. I think that could all work. But yeah, that would probably be like my dream lineup. Hey, how about you, man?
Well, see, now you got me fucked up because I was thinking we were talking like dream set. I didn't realize we were talking about actual like members for a band.
Yeah.
That's a very different question. Well, shit.
But I'm done. Dream set as far as like a show.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that because that's what I had in mind.
Yeah, go for it.
And especially we're gonna do the next question. Well, again, probably not to say what you just said, but it would probably be a lot of classic like British Invasion style shit. You know, for classic sets, early Sabbath, like young Ozzy, Geezer Butler, Bill Ward, like a young Tony Iommi on stage would be pretty incredible to see. Lemmy as a young man.
Oh,
I can fucking speak.
That'd be amazing.
You know, Let Me Kill Myself. I mean, that's talk about irreplaceable. I never got to see Motorhead, so now especially that you can't really anymore. I would love to see him in his prime.
Yeah,
but didn't have a prime, but
yeah, like if I could see Maiden, early Sabbath.
Dickinson.
Yeah. All those early British bands, man. That's where metal came from. Came from the UK. Came from Birmingham.
Judas Priest, if we're talking on British release this last time, it would probably be a big one for me. I know that can be very divisive because people kind of go either way on their stuff. But if we're talking like Maiden and shit like that, and Rob Halford is like one of the most iconic early British metal voices to me.
Oh yeah.
It's to see him when those vocal cords were nice and primed.
Yeah.
That would be pretty crazy. Other than that, Death. If Chuck was still alive, seeing Death in their prime would be fucking incredible. That was a very small window to see them in. But if I could have made that would have been great. Other than that, probably the big mellow death artist like I named last time. Early Lamb of God, right after they abandoned the moniker Burn the Priest, they came to New York. They were playing for beer tickets and shit.
Yeah.
Like their song ODHG BFE Officer Dickhead Gets a Black Fucking Eye. They're squatting in Frisco in one of these condemned buildings because they didn't have any fucking money to buy a hotel room. Damn. Fucking cops bust in and beat the shit out of him. Randy Blythe fucking stomps the cop out. You know, like the early days when they didn't have shit, nobody knew their name. You see this old footage of them in like 99, 2000 in New York clubs playing black metal shows, you know.
It's truly metal.
and they're like, nobody's even like, who the fuck are these guys? They're pretty decent, you know. Like, if I could have been at that show, repping the actual fucking culture for them would have been great. And you know, early At the Gates and shit too, obviously. And kind of the birth of melodic death metal coming out of Sweden and shit.
So good.
Probably BDM would be a big one for me too. When we're talking death metal, early BDM is still some of my favorite death metal albums of all time.
Black Dahlia.
Unhallowed, I still go back and listen to that whole fucking album from start to finish.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Let's see, who else? Yeah, probably Metallica now that you mentioned Cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, Pantera, I'd want to see them. I never saw them.
Pantera would be a good one too. I never see Time live. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
Let me think. Who else? There's so many fucking choices.
Yeah. There's just the possibilities are.
If we want to kind of break outside the box a little bit, I know you're talking about metal, but since you mentioned like John Bonham and Rush and everything, Zeppelin.
Oh yeah.
I would kill to see Zeppelin live.
100%.
Rush would be an interesting choice.
Yeah.
You know, I was never big on Rush, but seeing them live, I'm pretty sure would change my opinion of that.
There's a lot of fans.
I know that technically, like from a technical standpoint, they're very, very musically sound.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're kind of very surreal, synthy, kind of Tom Sawyer type of shit. That would be cool to see live. I honestly could keep going, but I don't want to list all the bands that I've wanted to see over the years.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I could talk about this for literally hours on hours.
Yeah, and I know we're kind of cutting short on time here, but I guess it was my top, whatever that was, 10 or 15 or for dream lineups.